Hello, welcome to another Zak Lyon nutrition video. Today we're talking about celery. Isn't celery just water and fiber and that's it? No, it's so much more than that. And that's exactly what I'm going to explain to you right now. What's in it? What's in celery that makes it so worthwhile? Well, vitamin K for one. I'm going to start out with vitamins. Vitamin K is actually a hard vitamin to find in our diets, and so to say that celery has a bunch of vitamin K is actually to make a very strong point in favor of celery. So, what else? Folate, another one of my favorite vitamins. Folate is a magnificent B vitamin. I think, I don't know, B6 or B9, I don't know. And it also is hard to find in our diets. It's actually been supplemented into our breads and pastas. If you read your food labels, you'll see that bread and pastas have a bunch of B vitamins in there for no good reason. Well, that's because they've been artificially put in there by the federal government. The federal government mandated that we put folic acid, which is a synthetic form of folate, into our foods that are actually nutrient deficient, like breads and pastas, because people were having health issues. So yeah, it's good. Let's eliminate health issues. But you can get your natural folate from celery. What else? Vitamins A and C and other B vitamins. Celery doesn't have a ton of these vitamins, but it has a fair amount, enough to speak about. And so there you go. So vitamins. What else? Antioxidants. Celery actually has some very unique antioxidants. These include certain flavones, certain polyphenols, certain flavonols, and then other ones that are much harder to pronounce, like 3N-butyl phthalate. Okay, 3N-butyl phthalate is an antioxidant. It's hypolipidemic, hypoglycemic, and anti-platelet aggregation. And so this is good for your cardiovascular system. This is good for your digestion. And it's good for your heart. What else? It's got Sedanolide. What's that? I'm not really sure. It's an antioxidant compound that is found in celery. And there are many different forms of these types of chemicals, from the 3N-butyl phthalate to the Sedanolide. There are multiple different versions of both of these. And I'm just not including them here because you get the point. One flavone in particular is Luteolin. It has been studied for a number of different things, and a lot of these different flavones are related to brain health, are related to general antioxidant status of the foods, and so they're great. They're excellent. And the luteolin actually has been shown to have metabolic improvement effects, from blood sugar to actual thermogenic gene regulation in certain brown fat cells. Could go into that. That's a whole story in itself, but it's a good point to know. What's next? We've got phytosterols. What are these? These are plant sterols, hormones, plant hormones that come from plants. Hormones that we humans can use in our bodies that actually come from plants. It's kind of an interesting exchange there. What else? A very interesting one here is male pheromones. Celery contains male pheromones, androsterone and androstenol. These are thought to be have aphrodisiac effects on men, and then actually kind of indirectly on women by giving men these male pheromones that they then release out of their pores or whatever, that women then pick up on and become all hot and bothered because of them. I don't know. It's a point of contention within the medical community, as is almost everything. But the old wives' tale is to eat foods that look like the body part that you want to target in terms of health benefits. And for example, broccoli and kale look a little bit like our lungs, and they are thought to be good for the respiratory system. And in fact, they are. Blueberries, for example, look like eyeballs, right? And they have actually been found that the antioxidants that appear in blueberries directly target the eyes. So it's a really interesting thing here, that foods that look like certain body parts might actually help certain body parts. And this one here, celery, it looks like a dick and balls, a little bit like the bulb of the celery kind of, looks like the bulb of the man. And then, the stalks, obviously, are just kind of a protrusion upward, and we all know what a protrusion upward off of a male body would be. So, next, minerals and metals. Interesting bit here. There's a lot of minerals and metals in celery that are great. One, copper. Copper's great. It's a necessary metal that we need as humans. What's next? Chromium. Chromium is huge. Great for men's health, great for women, great for everybody. Potassium. Molybdenum. Now this is one I had to look up after I found this. I had no idea what the hell it was. It's an element, it's a metal, it's like a shiny metal. And what it does in the human body is it's a catalyst for enzymes that break down certain amino acids in the body. And specifically, these amino acids are sulfur-containing amino acids, and it catalyzes the breakdown of those via enzymes or whatever. And this is important because sulfur is a vital element in the body. It doesn't get talked about enough, but it is vital to the body, to the human body. Sulfur, a good sulfur supplement will help your body clear bad plaque and bad cholesterol out of your arteries. MSM is a cheap, inexpensive supplement that has huge possible benefits. And so this should be considered especially significant that celery contains this metal, molybdenum. Okay? What's next? Fiber. Obviously, it's got a ton of fiber. Fiber is good for your digestion because it pushes everything through nicely. But fiber actually helps your body get rid of toxins. I talk about this in a few of my videos, and fiber is necessary for your body to dump toxins into your digestive system and then actually get rid of them. And fiber keeps them from being reabsorbed into the body. This is huge. And then, not lastly here, but kind of, celery is 95% water. And I talk about this in another one of my videos. I should probably do a video dedicated just to this point. But water has a structure. This is becoming more and more known, let's say. It's very new agey, but it's also very scientific-y. That water has a memory, and it can take on a structure. And I'm no expert in this field, but I read about it. And what we're looking at here is that water that is in plants has been given a structure by that plant. And anyone who's familiar with homeopathy would tell you that water has a memory. Now, I'm not saying I believe in homeopathy. I don't use homeopathy, but some people do. And I think we're going to find in the future that water takes on a memory of molecules that it's come into contact with, or mediums that it's been exchanged through, let's say industrial pipes versus celery. That water is going to have a different structure, and I think we're going to find out a lot more about that in the future with all of our new fancy future science. And so this is important because celery has a ton of this plant water that I believe is very important. Next here, almost not worth mentioning, celery has plant-sourced omega-3s, linolenic acid to be specific. It doesn't have much. It also has linoleic acid, which is an omega-6, but also in almost insignificant amounts. So, celery is well researched, and it's getting better. But for now, the areas of interest for celery are anti-cancer, cardiovascular protection, diabetes prevention and blood sugar control, gout, sexual health, general antioxidant protection, anti-inflammatory, systemically, all over the place, heartburn, bad cholesterol control and removal, and digestion. And lastly, really lastly, you need to buy organic celery. Celery is number 5 on the EWG's Dirty Dozen list. And what this means is that it is exposed to a ton of toxins, pesticides, which are toxins to us humans. They're toxins to the bugs, they're toxins to the plants. The plants just end up surviving this toxic shock, and the bugs don't. So you need to buy organic celery. And I've included links, and the show notes are going to be beneath for you to get all the notes here. And that's it for today. Celery kind of gets a bad rap of just being good for ants on a log, like peanut butter and raisins. And otherwise, why would you eat celery unless you're making a mirepoix? You're some French culinary chef, or you're making some stew or some soup. But celery is a super healthy vegetable that you should not ignore. And if you're a man, you should be eating more of it. And super duper lastly, I just remembered this. Anecdotally, celery is said to improve the flavor of a man's jizz. There's no other way to say that other than the scientific term, which sounds even weirder. Semen. So this is anecdotal, but you'll hear about people speaking about it anecdotally, saying it worked for them. I can't say from my experience, but with people who might have come into contact with mine have tended to enjoy it, and I eat a lot of celery, like a lot of celery. I actually like the flavor of it. I think it's a refreshing vegetable in the morning because it's got a lot of potassium. It is actually a good thing to eat in the morning. It's just an easy way to eat a healthy vegetable instead of steaming broccoli or something. It's just easy. You can take it and go. Eat it like a banana, So that's it for today. I hope this inspires you to eat more celery. And until next time, Zak Lyon here. And I'm going to be coming out with more of these videos. And I'll be doing a lot more of these interviews where I'll be interviewing nutrition professionals and entrepreneurs and business owners and some local celebrities, which will be fun. And those will be coming up soon. It's just a matter of scheduling. It's been tough, but that is it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you.